10 o'clock. I'm going to call with Friday, May 26, 2023. Board of Equalization to order. The first order of business is a roll call. Mr. Brett Town.
Present.
Ms. Eleanor Thompson.
Present.
And I'm Patrick Crawley, and I'm here. Notice of the meeting was properly posted. We're before the board today, 7 properties it looks like. Yeah. And the first one is BOE 115, which is a courtyard at the airport, 4301 Highland Boulevard. The assessor has assessed it at $4,806,461. The taxpayer was $3,225,620. What say the board?
It's 149 rooms. Is this the man that said that if you have a year's profit, you don't do sales? That's not the one. Okay. Okay, so we have sales comps and a per room average of 36 with a high of 52, a low of 26.
This one shows a loss year over year though, doesn't it? Non-profit loss.
Well, this was the same for 22. 4806 was the same.
That's the market value. There was an income loss.
Sorry. Was the cap 10.84 for this by the assessor? I don't have your cap rate written down.
It was his 10.84.
What were your?
We were excuse me, I'll try to find it here. Here it is here.
Yeah, this is the Marriott, which is just north of the airport.
This one, your high comp was 36,554. Okay, I took that times 149 rooms.
No, it's at per room average.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah, the
yeah, you're
high
right. I took the
52,
average.
the
I'm
low
sorry.
is 26.
The average would be 3.990. Now, there's just something on this one with the declining revenue being as significant as it was, whereas that's.
There was no income approach done on this one because of the negative.
Yeah,
You know,
That's
Right.
right. That's why.
I recall, yeah, and that's why I came up with a value of $3,990,667
How'd you get that?
through immense brain power.
Okay. What'd you have?
Well, I had that as the average on the median on the comps, or the average on the comps. Then adding the personal property back in, I come up with a value of $4,389,733. Because I took the personal property and added it back in.
3,000,000 what?
$4,389,733.
$4,389,733.
Yes.
Okay,
I don't disagree.
I've got no heartburn with that.
Okay, so Mr. Chairman, on BOE number 115, I would move that we set the market value at $4,389,733.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. That brings us to
52.
52, which was that whatever
Sealed.
came, seal, yeah. The idea that actually she's not amenable to being taxed on her property. Which she didn't fill out a an appeal form, a proper appeal form. So, in my, what I do is just deny it.
I agree.
I agree.
So we need a motion to deny her request to sit. And what would we be denying? Her
Her
request?
appeal.
Her appeal.
Well, she doesn't have an appeal,
You
we're
have an appeal.
denying that she has anything in front of the board. We don't
Okay.
have jurisdiction.
Right, okay. So, Mr. Chairman, I would move on BOE number 52, that we state that this board has no jurisdiction to adjudicate her request at this time because she doesn't have a claim before the board.
I second.
Right, it was not a market value question, it was a legal question.
Right. I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, that brings us to BOE 110, which is a America's Best Value Inn at 3030 South I-35 Service Road. Looks like the assessor got it at $1,738,000, and the taxpayer wants $1,450,000. Well, the taxpayer kind of hummed around and changed it, it seemed like, to $4,490,000.
No, he changed to 1,618,000.
Okay? Oh, yeah, that's
I
right.
agree with the assessor's valuation on this one. We had the same revenue, the same cap rate, the same expenses, but the property sold for 1,000,009, less than 2 years ago. And so it's valued less than the sale. Sales comp, the median per room was 24,257, and the assessor has this one at 22,000 per room.
Right, the taxpayer didn't want to use the actual expense,
That's correct.
used, he wanted to use an average, and I didn't find that persuasive at all, so, yeah, I agree.
I agree as well. The sales is the strongest mitigating factor for me. So,
Well, I move that we set BOE number 110 at the assessor's value of 1,738,000.
second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Brings us to BOE number 122, which we already settled at $4,976,000, and by agreement of the parties. But then we get to the Oxford Inn at 5301 North Lincoln Boulevard.
Can I ask, we did take action on that?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, 122
Just
and
making sure.
124 were already voted on.
Okay.
Huh?
Okay, 123.
123.
Okay, so the assessor's at 805, and the taxpayer started out at 590 and came up to 704, I think. He said he didn't have the expense figure from the client. I always have problems with a person who's representing a client who won't give him sufficient information. So I have no reason to disagree with the assessor's value for $805,000.
Right, it was purchased for $800,021, so it's a $5,000 increase over a couple of years.
Right. The only point that I thought that the taxpayer had was there was no calculation included for that RFR, the fixtures that you have to set in reserve for fixtures and renovations. If we did that, that would be, and that's a sliding scale, and this would be certainly one that would fall below 4% as an Oxford Inn, but these values are so close that I don't have any problem with going with the assessor's valuation at this point. So I would recommend on BOE number 123 that we select the assessor's valuation, approve the assessor's valuation of $805,000.
That's a motion.
That's
Yes.
a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
We did
And,
we
one
did
twenty-four, we
did.
agreed, that's $7,710,000.
Right.
Agreement of the parties brings us to BOE 125, which I show is the last one on the docket. This is the Days Inn at 504 South Meridian. The assessor has it at $2,448,000.
88.
Huh? Initially at 448.
Oh, that's right, then they brought it down.
And they brought it down to 2,142,000.
That's right.
Taxpayer wants 1,930,000. Let's see, yeah, let's use the sales comp, average
Yes.
36,000 a room, all right.
And we have it at 18,000. So he's well below the average.
Right.
Now, the assessor has an 11% cap, the taxpayer has a 10% cap with 3% in reserves, so they did include it in that case. I find that the assessor's value, I believe, is fair and in line.
I do too.
Is that a motion?
I would move, Mr. Chairman, I would move on BOE number 125 that we accept the assessor's valuation of $2,142,000 on this property.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And that brings us to any citizens that wanna chime in, don't see any. Any questions or procedurally, otherwise, by the board? Where we at? We got the meeting?
Yeah, so, we will have one meeting next week. It's gonna be 31st on Wednesday. There aren't gonna be any properties. We're just doing that procedurally to go ahead and close the regular session and open the special session. That's a step we had not taken in years prior, but I think it's probably what needs to be done best legally. So that was approved by the budget board a few weeks ago. We're kind of over the hump of residential appeals, so we're about to really start with the commercials. After next week, we'll have 3 full weeks in a row. But after that, it's probably just going to be a few here and there. I'm not sure business personal what we're looking at. I don't know if any of y'all deal with business
Have
personal.
you moved
but-
yet?
Okay, but that's kind of where we're at. So
Okay, well, we don't wanna set too many of these commercials on any particular day because they sometimes can get a little sticky. And we don't wanna,
Guy, are we gonna have that guy that we had the other day again? Cause he was.
Peter Bach, he's done. He's
Okay.
I don't
done.
know,
The bulk of what we've got in June, almost all of them, like I said, we've got 3 full weeks. Almost all of them are Ryan LLC for residential. So
Showed up.
yeah, so he's gonna be pretty much the last residential we have. I think we've got 2 others that are just sporadic, and then Pivotal, which will be commercial. I also do want to note decision day, mostly from here on out, will actually be Thursday instead of Friday. Here in our office, our new clerk has granted some more administrative leave for everybody. So I'm in a 2-person department, and so we alternate the days. We take off every Friday. So it's probably just going to be best to do it Thursday for us here at the office. So we'll have 4-day weeks instead of 5-day weeks when they're full. But it's mostly Pivotal. What?
I just, no Steve, like, what's going on?
Jealous about it.
Yeah. Oh, it's awesome. It truly is great. I'm very pleased. So it's yeah. So
Tell her to make friends with Larry.
I'll do that. Yeah. Yep. It actually starts today. So pretty much here until Labor Day, one of us is going to be off every Friday. So
we'll have business Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday only. Maybe not Monday because there's a holiday sometime.
most of those weeks in June, we will be here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Decision day will be Thursday. Most of the time.
Okay, just don't load up on any particular day because I don't wanna come in here and have to do about
Yeah.
6 commercials.
Yeah, we don't schedule more than 5. I think for Ryan, I think we go 5 at a time is what I put it on, and for Pivotal, I think we're mostly doing 3 at a time.
Yes.
So
Residential, which we
Can
can
I
do.
say something
Yes,
about
yeah.
Yes, sir.
We can talk about Pivotal, if they're gonna bring
that large car dealership in that is multiple parcels, it would be best, I would think, that they're all handled in one day instead of,
So the Bob Howard thing, yeah.
yeah, I don't wanna
'cause-
discuss
oh,
it,
yeah.
you know, we've seen it before, I'm just saying, for what you're
Okay.
saying, is
Yeah.
that it would be best if they're all handled in one day.
Okay.
My
For
thoughts.
scheduling purposes only.
Yeah,
this
yeah,
conversation.
when we have just one individual, you know, he's got, especially Bob Howard thing, that's all. But I don't wanna wind up with Bob Howard and,
I agree, I agree.
car
Pulled his last
dealerships
year.
everywhere.
We did him the year before last, and he scheduled all of them last year and then pulled them.
Mhm.
Is he likely to do that this year? Probably not, since he didn't do it last year. Okay, I move that we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.